Hey everyone, it's Brad here from Yu-Gi-Oh! Team Plus One, and we got exciting news today. All the Kozmo cards that are coming out of Dimensions of Chaos have now officially been released with their official effects, and they're pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, some of them are really good, some of them are kind of mediocre, but I'm gonna go through all the new ones and then just kind of talk about my thoughts on the archetype after this. So we got 3 new Dark Cosmos, 1 new Light Cosmo, and a equip spell. So I'll go through all those first. We got Kozmo Dark Destroyer, level 8 Dark Machine, 3000 attack, 1800 defense, absolutely huge. So this guy's pretty much the new bigger, better Forerunner. So if this card is normal or special summoned, you can target one monster on the field, destroy it. So that's going to be really good for removal. And it also combos really nicely with some of the other cards that came out, so I'll get into that. It cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects similarly to Forerunner, and then if it is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one level 7 or lower Kozmo monster from your deck. So not only is he a bigger, better Forerunner, he floats down into Forerunner, which is absolutely insane. So then we got Kozmo Dogfighter, and I'm not too sure how I feel about this guy. So he's a level 6 machine, 2000 attack, 2400 defense, and then once per turn during the standby phase, you can special summon one Dogfighter token with the same stats as him, and then if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one level 5 or lower Kozmo monster from your deck. So I don't know how I feel about him. They can be nice walls and put a lot of pressure on. I feel like the tokens can do that, but I don't know what else they can do, really. So then we got our next one. We got level 4 Kozmo Wicked Witch. And this is the level 4 Dark, 1900 attack, 300 defense. During either player's turn, you can banish this card, special summon a level 5 or higher Kozmo monster from your hand. So similar to all the pilots. You can only use this effect of Kozmo once per turn. Once per turn during either player's turn, you can pay 1000 life points. This turn, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effect. That is actually a ridiculous effect, because you actually won't lose this card that turn as long as they don't have something like Divine Wrath. Because if they activate something like Compulse or Breakthrough Skill and Chain, you can just chain its effect, banishing it, and then bring out the level 5 or higher from your hand. Yeah, you pretty much guarantee you're going to have at least one Kozmo monster stay in your field because of Kozmo Wicked Witch. So really, really cool. You can normal summon and crash into a lot of things too, which is really nice, like Thunder King. And you don't even lose your monster, you just lose 1000 life points, which is awesome in my opinion. I'm pretty sure this is going to be played. I'm not sure at how many, but this is definitely going to be played. I'm not sure if the Dogfighter will be. Of course Dark Destroyer will, because it's just insane. But then this guy is insane. Kozmo Strawman. So level 2 light psychic type, 500 attack, 1800 defense. Similar to all the pilots, you can banish it to special summon a Kozmo monster. He has to summon a level 3 or higher from your hand. And then you can pay 500 life points. So once per turn, you can pay 500 life points. Target one of your banished Kozmo monsters. Special summon it, but its effects are negated. Also destroy it during the end phase. So you can bring back something like Dark Destroyer, and then attack with it during that turn for 3000. End phase, destroy it, bring out Forerunner. I mean, that's just insane. He is so good, and like that's not the only application you can use this effect for. You can bring back any of them and then use them for Xyz, Synchro, anything. It's just insane what he can do. So I definitely see Strawman being played at a lot. And then finally, last but not least, we got Kozmo Light Sword. So this is their equip spell. So equip only to a psychic type Kozmo monster. So that was the first thing, and I got kind of sad because that's what I read first. So it can't equip to any of the boss monsters, but it gains 500 attack and defense, and it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. Also, if it's attacking a defense position monster, inflict piercing to your opponent's life points. So that's going to be a great way for Farm Girl to get searches. And also, notice Farm Girl can search twice in a turn, so that's going to be really good. You can search for a monster, then you could search for something like Kozmo Town. So then the last part of Light Sword says, if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can pay 800 life points, add this card to your hand. You can only use this effect of Kozmo Light Sword once per turn. So some things I see happening are some really weird timing tricks with this and banishing your pilot to summon Dark Destroyer, because if we banish a pilot, let's say we banish Farm Girl, and then, so that's a spell speed 2 effect activated. This is sent to the graveyard. Farm Girl resolves and brings out Dark Destroyer. Now we can build our Chain Link. Kozmo Light Sword can be activated as Chain Link 1, paying 800 life points added to your hand. Then you can activate the effect of Dark Destroyer, target a face-up monster in the field and destroy that, which is going to allow you to make things miss timing. So this would make things such as Yang Zings and hands, like Fire and Ice Hand, miss timing because they are destroyed Chain Link 2. So if anything said when this card is destroyed, you can. It could miss timing because of this situation. Now, I'm not 100% that this is how it's going to work, but this is just some speculation I've had with some of my clanmates. And yeah, these are really good. So Kozmos, I definitely feel like are going to be top tier. So with this addition of the 3000 unable to be targeted and floating boss monster, there's so many decks that just can't get rid of that. Like Magician Pendulums that are coming out and I've been hyping up and I love them. They are gonna struggle a lot just off of this monster they can summon so easily. If they have this and any of the pilots in their hand, they can just bring this out and just start floating down the chain. And this is going to be a big deck in this meta game because floating, unable to be targeted boss monsters. I mean, those are like just perfect combinations of monsters. And then not to mention, they're chaosy now. So there is the chance of them having sacky cards such as BLS. And something else I noticed is Allure of Darkness is probably going to be really good in them. You can activate this on one of their dark monsters, draw 2 cards, and then Kozmo Town add the monster back. So you don't even lose the monster really. And then something else, Generation Shift seems like it's going to be a lot better. Because of Dark Destroyer, we're going to have insane combos with Generation Shift, Dark Destroyer, going into Forerunner, and just, it's going to be ridiculous OTKs, because Dark Destroyer attacks for 3000, activate Generation Shift, add Dark Destroyer, then we can summon, let's say, Farm Girl. Farm Girl attacks and adds, let's say, Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch attacks, and then banishes to summon the Dark Destroyer, and you just did, I think, 9,400 something damage right there. So, really, really ridiculous just off of those 2 cards. And I also see not just like the decks that are coming out having a problem with these, but current decks are actually going to have quite a bit of a problem with these. I mean, Magiceptors are a deck that are going to come out in the same set. I don't know how they'll be able to deal with these monsters because they can't be targeted. And all the spell traps, monster effects of these Magiceptors, they target. So I definitely think this is going to be really big for the game and for the Kozmo archetype. So Kozmos have pretty much redeemed themselves. They are going to be a very, very powerful TCG exclusive archetype. They're probably like going to be higher than BA were in the tier list, I assume, because they have just these insane monsters, and now they're getting like 5 cards a set, and they'll get 2 more sets of 5 cards, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but they're just going to be insane after all of this. So tell me what you guys think on the Kozmo archetype. I think they're going to be awesome. So if you haven't taken a look at Farm Girl's price, a lot of people would agree with me that they are going to be awesome. They have Farm Girls are going for 90 to 100 right now, it says. So that's just some proof that people are pretty hyped about these guys. Yeah, that's about it for today, guys. I'm having a 3-day weekend, so I'm going to try to post as many videos as I can, because I had kind of a busy week this week and didn't get too much content out, and I apologize for that. So tell me what you guys want to see. I like going over these new cards. I like making predictions about what's coming to happen, or what's going to happen. I like going over these new types of cards and making predictions about what's going to happen. So definitely if you want to see more stuff like that involving anything from the new set, any of the new structure decks like I have with my previous video on the new metagame coming up. Yeah, so just tell me what you want to see and have a great day. Thanks for watching.